Welcome to our cybersecurity series. In this episode, we talk about how Ingram Micro's security tool, Eyesight, helps Aruba to generate revenue. And I'm happy to introduce you to Laura Arroyo, Ingram Micro's Global and EMEA HPE Business Manager, interviewing Dobias Van Ingen, Aruba's EMEA's Chief Technology Officer and Senior Director, a Hewlett-Packard enterprise company. So over to you, Laura.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ali, for the introduction. It is a real honor to participate in this cybersecurity leadership talk today. And I'd like to welcome our Aruba speaker and expert, Dobias Van Ingen, who is always very supportive. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for the strong partnership. Tobias, I'd like to start telling our audience a bit of Aruba, since you are a leader and expert advisor on how to secure the network from the edge to the cloud, and how an increased number of devices added to the network today is challenging IT teams to being able to identify, control, and protect users and devices from threats. Can you tell us about the benefits of capturing the data at the edge?
Yeah, I think you summarized actually really well. I think everything is happening now these days at the edge of the infrastructure. Because if you think about it, that's the only, place in your infrastructure where people, things, and data actually comes together. So that's where we also need to think about how can we start securing things. It is not just anymore the laptop and the phone of the user. It is also now the sensors to measure the occupation of the meeting rooms or desk, or any sensors depending on the different vertical market. So we need to make sure that one side, the data is captured on the edge, more and more data from these sensors. On the other side, we need to make sure that we get visibility and being able to secure those devices at the edge of the infrastructure. For two folds, one is to protect the infrastructure itself, but also do you know that if you are collecting the data and you're going to take decisions on this data, if you are collecting it from the right devices. So I think there is multiple ways and multiple reasons why you should think about and securing the edge of the infrastructure.
Thank you. Tobias, how do Aruba enable businesses and employees to be safe and productive?
So actually what we do is we start building a framework. And that framework is called Connect, Protect, Analyze, and Act. And actually on the first two parts is, I think, where we can concentrate for this one. Is the Connect one is very simple. Is build, how can we build best-in-class hardware to make sure that if you're in hospital and you need to connect a telemeter, that you have always-on connectivity, or if there's a wired device. So that's about securing the hardware and providing best-in-class connectivity. In that protect layer is where we think about how can we get visibility, because that's number one. I think organizations should first have visibility. If you have the visibility, then how can you protect that infrastructure? So if an IP camera comes on the IT infrastructure, then it needs to get an IP camera role and only allow to go to the monitor control system or the recording system. And that counts for different vertical markets. So that's a protect layer, is getting visibility and secure those devices. And then you need to continuously monitor devices. And that's where the analyze and act layer come into play. So the analyze is getting data from using the network infrastructure as a sensor, getting the data, and then start to analyze that data. And if something is wrong or malicious, start to act on it. And that's why we call the framework Connect, Protect, Analyze, and Act.
At Ingram, we can help resellers to position themselves as cybersecurity specialists, supported by our Cybersecurity Center of Excellences and our public discovery report, Ingram Micro Eyesight. Can you tell us what we have built only for Aruba in Ingram Micro Eyesight?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, because that's actually, it is a report that can be a little bit scary in the beginning when you see it, but we have been building a couple of things. Is we do a scan across the internet to see if there's any open ports or maybe wrong ports that have been open on the Aruba devices. So that can be ClearPass servers connected to the internet, it can be controllers, access points, and then you can question, okay, why do I need to have these ports open, or can I take any additional security measures? So that's a good way to have a good conversation in about the open ports and securing the infrastructure devices. The other part we have been adding into the Eyesight reports is also the geolocation. So you not only know what ports or what devices are open, but you also know in what part of the world these devices are open, or how distributed it is to have a proper conversation and a proper security conversation.
Dobias, you said it's a scary report. Should end users be scared on these reports?
No, I think I said it can be scary because everybody is always a little bit scared if they see their devices and some of the ports are open, but most of the times there is a good reason, but it doesn't mean you can take additional security measures in order to secure these additional ports are only allowed for a certain amount of users, for example. But you can also turn it around, right? Is that if you don't know it, that these ports are open and you did it maybe by accident, then you rather know and have a good conversation how you can secure them.
Thank you very much, Dobias. Any final words to our resellers?
No, I think they should run these reports, have a good conversation, and then after that also figure out, okay, how can you start using products like ClearPass to secure the infrastructure components, secure the end users, get visibility. So you can start with the Eyesight report and then have a holistic security discussion around Aruba and Ingram.
Fantastic insight. Thank you very much, Dobias.
You're more than welcome.
To our resellers, please visit horizon.com to learn more on how to get these reports with the support of our Center of Excellences and our teams in the countries. And just to say, develop and grow your cybersecurity business with Ingram Micro and Aruba. Thank you.